Wow, Tucker was not letting this member of the fake news media get over on him.
You're angry about politics. I get it. But here's my question to you. Does Jeff Bezos, who owns your paper, does Marty Barron, who edits it, do they ever call you and say, good job, Eric. You're doing a real good job as a media critic? Do they ever tell you? I'm just a sincere question. Do they ever say that to you?
Let me finish with an earlier point that you just seemed to steamroll me on. But what did you say when Brett Pear reported falsely that there would be an FBI indictment, there would be a federal indictment related to the Clinton Foundation 1 week before the election against Donald Trump?
Yeah.
What did you say about that?
As a media reporter, we'll have to go back to the tape. So you're saying, look, Eric, look, I get it. You can't answer the question. So you're saying that I somehow have an obligation to be a media reporter, but I'm not a media reporter, and you are. And you get a lot of mileage out of it. I'm Mr. Media Reporter. I'm brave. They give me all this rope, and I can do whatever I want. But you don't. And instead, you single-mindedly pursue your political agenda. And my question is, please answer it. Does the owner of your paper, Jeff Bezos, who runs Amazon, does he ever call you and say, good job? Or does Marty Barron ever say, you're doing what we want you to do? Are you acting on their instruction? Do they notice what you're doing? What do they think of it?
My direct boss is Fred Hyatt. I do not.
Does he say, good job, Eric Wemple? Like, really insightful. Does he ever say that? I'm wondering.
I wouldn't quote him as that, and I don't appreciate the puerile angle of inquiry here.
It's not puerile, it's sincere, because I don't see you as a media critic. I see you as a political hack acting out his political beliefs on paper with the cover of media criticism. I'm just a media critic. And everyone who reads you knows that. And I'm wondering, do your editors know that? Do they read it and say, you're really covering the media straight? Do they think that?
I believe I do cover the media straight. Today, for example,
do you really
see
think
what
that?
I wrote today? I questioned the New York Times as to how they gave a public account of a reporter. Look.
Oh, you question your competitor. That's very brave. But do you ever question yourself? Do you ever question your own paper?
Carlson,
I don't think you do very much.
I will put the Washington Post's, the freedom that I have and the times that I have criticized my own paper against anyone in this industry. Okay?
Okay. I'm starting to feel bad for you. Look, the point is just actually, you have the freedom, and I think it's great. You should just use it to do something useful, like reporting on Russian propaganda in your own paper. We're out of time.
Okay, so what you have to understand right now, this conversation between Tucker and this Washington Post media reporter, his name is Eric Wemple, and this is obviously from a couple of years ago. What this really is Tucker pretty much calling this dude to the carpet for basically doing political propaganda under the guise of quote-unquote real journalism, right? This is what a lot of people at these legacy outlets do, from the New York Times to the Washington Post to all of these things. So now we're really in a media moment to where things are shifting. People are starting to become a lot more suspicious of this sort of corporate propaganda media than they used to be. So now people are asking more questions, and they see somebody like an Eric Wemple, who calls himself a Washington Post media reporter. I'm a media reporter. I'm so brave. I'm such an intrepid and brave journalist. So they see these people as basically partisan hacks for corporate media that they are. And so what's going to happen in the future of media is there's going to be a migration, and I've already started to see it, where people are paying less attention to these corporate media entities, and they are paying more attention to digital media commentators, people that have strong presences on Facebook, YouTube, X, whatever you want to call it, because it seems to be the only place where people can go and not be propagandized.